Well, continuing our talk with Ron Berry, you're a busy man, you're doing this, you're also involved in the possible university. You've got a lot of balls juggling up in the air, I would suspect, at the moment. Do you need some of this public cash to come your way?
No, from 3FM's point of view, no. It's not it's seriously is not a case of, as some people have said, Ron Berry going asking the government for money.
I've heard you've been called the Rupert Murdoch, or the wannabe Rupert Murdoch of the Isle of Man. How do you take that?
Nonsense, absolute nonsense. This came about through, it was a comment that Anthony made on Sunday Opinion, and he said one of the options for Manx Radio was to offer it to the BBC, for the BBC to take it over. In my opinion, offering something to the BBC is just not an option. You know,
yet it works in Jersey and Guernsey.
Yeah, but they've been set up. They've been set up for a long time. You know, the BBC has been set up in Jersey for many, many years. I mean, the Isle of Man didn't have that kind of opportunity.
So tonight, are you trying to sell the idea, or are you just explaining what your thoughts are, and then where does it go from here?
Well, PAG invited me to come along and give the presentation, which I'm very, very happy to do. From here, there is, of course, as you know, a select committee of Tynwald that's been set up to look into public service broadcasting. The document has been submitted to government for their consideration, and I presume at some point, you know, I will be asked to go in front of that select committee and talk to them about the thoughts and ideas that I've put down in paper. But I must emphasise this is not a proposal, this is a discussion, a proposal that is a discussion document, and that's really what it is.
Because I mean, the state broadcaster, to use that sort of term, would always say that, you know, you got into this knowing that there are other, well, they were there, and you know, you took on those sort of risks. It seems a bit cheeky maybe to come in there and try and nudge them out, or to certainly to do something that will upset their stance as it is.
Well, not really. I mean, the report that came out in July really was the report that instigated the Sunday Opinion broadcast. Manx Radio have got very clear ideas that they don't feel as though they're getting enough in terms of public funding for public service broadcasting. I'm quite simply saying, look, is there a better way? You know, we have got these radio services on the Isle of Man. Is there a better way that we can use them? It's not a question of 3FM wanting to find any sort of route other than the one that we have. This is genuinely for somebody who actually has an inherent love of broadcasting, and certainly radio, and has been that way for, you know, since I was a kid. I just want to see it survive, and as I've said, local radio around the country and around the world is facing problems. If we can actually find a solution here that works for the Isle of Man, then it will benefit everybody. Many
of the people who now are trying to do other broadcasting all started off at Manx Radio. Myself, you, Drew and Turner, you know, all these other people. Do you just want to get behind that big desk up there and run Manx Radio? No. Absolutely, absolutely not. Categorically not. This is a proposal that puts a structure in place for the future of broadcasting. Whether anybody sees me as part of that structure is completely up to them. It's not something that I'm saying this is what I, Ron Berry, must do. This is quite simply a way of saying there is a way forward if we bring together, as the government are telling us all the time, the way to, and we know the way to grow economies is through public-private sector partnerships. This is a real demonstration of how a public-private sector partnership can work.